Thinking back to like the quarterfinals, like this team, if you give them rounds, they will punish you quite heavily with it. And I feel like you've hit it pretty much spot on. Is for Endpoint, you need to have that strong CT side because you know HAVU's going to have it when they swap over. You really got to limit the kind of leeway they give themselves with every T round one. But here we go, pistol round. HAVU on the T side, Endpoint on the CT side. And it looks like it's going to be a very aggressive Ivy play. The smoke might look to slow them down, but Mighty Max might have an avenue to hit a couple of shots. Let's get around the corner in time, but he still has 3 players coming. The first one disposed of, looking for number 2 as well. It's going to jump in, and well, his teammates will be there, but it'll still just be the 1-for-1 trade, except with Slowy. He's got himself a P250, as we did see on, I believe, Vertigo as well, invested into like these raid bosses. It's down to the 3-on-3 as they push into our CT spawn.
Doesn't last long, but they have managed to split back through the connector. Robin here, he's down to just 1 HP. Bomb is actually going to be dropped, so no clear winner in this one just yet. Zori looking to try and wrap around from behind, and with Robin so low, there shouldn't really be a chance for him to survive this one. And well, by a headshot, complete overkill. Now I wonder if there's a possibility to try and double back towards the A site with Zori clearing it out so effectively, but that kill might just be enough. It leaves the bomb still out of their favor, and Crucial takes a big risk, and you can see Zori just waiting to see if his opponent will cook. And well, he's fried a little bit at the end with an extra bullet for seasoning, as HAVU are going to get themselves the pistol round.
So smart. I love that. I love seeing that as Zori. Molotov down, just hide. You don't need to peek, which is kind of really contradictory to what he did in one of those rounds we saw on Vertigo, when they had a 2-on-1. His teammate dives, and with 2 seconds left, he peeks out with an AWP when they were on the CT side. But plays it down perfectly. Very awkward round, though, I feel like, from both teams, considering how things really played out. Being given multiple, 1v1s for the CT side, is looking to now push in towards Ivy, and well, that's gonna be an early kill coming through. Dota, I think, was tagged up by the scout, and Thomas, in the meantime, with the Deagle, gets himself the kill. They've taken complete pulse control. I know the bomb's heading towards the outside bomb site, but can they stop them from coming through? Robin, a great Deagle shot comes in on Azori to limit the presence. He's gonna eventually be flanked out, but it's down to the 3-on-3.
Well, Crucial just trying to run away to flee back into the connector. Still a 3 versus 3 here, and actually not an awful lot of map control for the T side. Sure, they have connector control, but there is a wraparound coming back in from Crucial. Surreal, even with the smoke, could make things very awkward, especially with the extra kill. The issue being a man pushing around from A main, and they need to get someone on that bomb and need to do it fast as well. The clock is going to begin to tick down, and Surreal's just trying to defuse it while on the edge of that smoke, but I don't think there's really even enough time left for this, and they haven't even spotted the man flanking him from behind. His attempt to do some damage, but ultimately the T side had the round.
I think the sexiest thing about that round is just letting Dodo watch to see if they're defusing. And instead of shooting, he just tells, his teammate, okay, they're not defusing. So his teammate just runs away. And he has that constant vision of, when they're going to be defusing the bomb so he can spam it. Obviously, he can help out if Slow can't quite hit the shots. And then with the attention over towards Connector, he's just left to just stay alive without being spotted. Kind of Splinter Cell-like air out of Dodo. And HAVU off to the early start. 2 rounds for themselves. It was costly, though. We did have Endpoint get quite a few kills. As none of them, maybe an extra P250 or 2, as you see Thomas and Surreal both going to be on them. But I think it's going to be important when we get into that first gun round, as we've been saying, for Endpoint to have that strong start. I mean, yeah, you lose pistol round, you lose second, you can expect to lose 3 rounds, off the get-go. But Endpoint are going to have to really pick up the pace when they get the gun spot up.
Round is looking a much more secure one for HAVU. Losing a single player, at least Thomas can add a little bit of extra cost, and could even juggle an AWP round if he wanted to, but just going to secure extra utility instead. It's actually interesting how often we actually witness Crucial going for a glass cannon AWP, at least initially, when there are opportunities to hand it over from a teammate. More interestingly, we've got a double up setup coming in on the T side in their first proper buy round.
Why? I almost want to say it was a misbuy, because I think it was Slowy who was running away from spawn with like a Mac 10 or something. Oh, nice shot.
He's very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, that had to have been through the wall.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He still has 44 HP, so that definitely wasn't a leg shot. I think also where Thomas is playing, like, this is really going to show how HAVU and Endpoint do play out the map, because we've seen Top Dog be such a pivotal position in almost every single time we've casted this map, whether or not the CTs can defend it or play it from afar. And, well, now they know that at least one player is going to be there as he backs off.
Nade over the top. Doesn't quite do as much damage as he probably would have hoped for, but definitely makes things interesting. The jump down coming in, and, well, I think
Smart.
Thomas was expecting that flashbang to be dropped down, not dropped up above. It's a bait in terms of the sound, and Dodo, well, he wanted to try and maybe hunt for a second player, get moving as he gets the kill, but ultimately it will just be the one for now. Even still, they sit with a man advantage, crucial. Robin currently on the site, looking to try and find a pick, and very quick as Saw just looks to run across. And with both these orbs still in play, it's a bit awkward, actually, for HAVU to try and get this one done. In fact, the bomb's going to be dropped. Robin, in an up-close position, has maybe just denied them here. The rotation coming in. A quick kill for Zori, but it is only going to be the one. And this has to be a plant now. Dodo trying to bait them out of position. He gets the kill, has to go for it, doesn't have enough time. And Crucial is just going to run away. Make sure that the round goes to Endpoint. And they've got on the board early, but at what cost, Jason?
Everything, Tom. Almost everything. And I mean, to be fair, at the end, I like the way Dodo played that too. I mean, playing the bomb, he didn't know where the second player was going to be, but not only does he, I guess, deny the kill of himself to the enemy team, but I think more importantly, he denies, like, the double op setup from being given to free. Like, because if Dodo falls, Surreal's still alive. They already have one op in the hands of Crucial. He picks up an op, and then, hey, they've got double op set up, and it only costs them the price of one AWP. And at least saving the op for himself gives it over to Zori, and that obviously gives a real chance here for HAVU for what we saw out of Finn earlier on Vertigo. It almost looks like they want to push in towards the inner bomb side, and Robin will have the opportunity for a quick flank again. Molotov being expended. And they've already rushed out inside the bomb site. Saw's actually gotten completely behind them. And HAVU, with, you know, an awkward buy-up, they get the bomb down, and they have a man advantage. What just happened?
Yeah, clearly finding a bit of a hole in the defense very early on in this game. And, oh, the CT side don't really have a choice but to try and save what they've got. Could even upgrading that to a free AWP. So, yeah, they've done very, very well out of this. In fact, the weaponry that's being saved at the moment for Endpoint is probably the worst of it. So, buying the next round, if anything, is not going to be a particularly good one. They'll have a 2,400 loss bonus, which will at least give them an extra bit of cash. Nice couple of kills for Thomas, though. That could make a huge difference. He can now actually drop a rifle and buy another one. I think that alone could be the difference between them buying or saving.
Zori died to the bomb. I think Hoodie, the op he picked up before, is going to be rescued and given over eventually. But yeah, that damage done at the end with the SMG, that was a real moneymaker for him. But I mean, it's great to get some kills. It's great to get some an extra gun. But the problem is they still haven't been able to win a gun round yet. I know we're in early times, it's only round 6, but Endpoint can't really afford to lose too many more here on the CT side. I feel like Pop has definitely not been going their way so far. That nade just dunking on to Slowy down to 43 health. And HAVU honestly looking pretty much in full control. I don't know how they just kind of walked into the B site like that and just flanked around behind them.
CTs with the extra weaponry have managed to save face. Question is this going to be the start of something? As mentioned, as I said, they needed to try and quell the T side of HAVU, and so far that's not been going very well. A 4-1 start. At least having the weaponry. No AWP anymore, but I don't necessarily think that'll be a bad thing for them in this sort of round. Going to get aggressive late in as well. I like it. Not something you see too often, but it gives a lot of information, especially with Dodo being caught elsewhere. A 2-man advantage gain, still a lot of utility being held as well. Look at Surreal still with an incendiary ready for that B site if they do rotate in that direction. And now with 30 seconds left, I've got a lot to do. I know a save would be pretty awkward in this scenario, but I'm not sure you could really blame them.
Oh, Zorich just kind of become a distraction. Though he does become a killing machine. It's actually pulled to rotate Surreal. He's going to fall. Zori gets another kill on outside. 10 seconds left to go. It comes down to pretty much crucial to stop the bomb from being planted. And he does. Looks like Endpoint will be able to save the round, but it almost cost them everything as Zori just gets 3 kills. He pushes outside by himself with the op. That was way too close for comfort for Endpoint, honestly.
No, that shouldn't be possible. Like, what he just did makes very little sense. Like, you see this occasion, I think Nifty does the same thing, where he tries to sell a fake by sending the AWP in as the, like, entry fragger, because most of the time he wouldn't just send an AWP in on its own. The fact that Zori gets 3 kills there is utterly ridiculous. Like, they're really pointing out that there's some clear weaknesses in this defense, and by the looks of it, they're thinking it's over on the B site. It's going to be a lot of pressure expended in. The rotation already coming. Saw straight through the smoke. Had just killed off Surreal. There are going to be trades back, but we still sit in an after-plant position. The CT side are going to have to fight this 4-on-4 retake, but already a first opening, a second for Robin as well. He's not looking to give them anything here, and the AWP this time can't show any heroics. An attempt made by HAVU, but ultimately the only real success is the bomb plant.
I don't think Zori can replicate that kind of performance every single round as he did before, running out into the outer bomb site. At Endpoint, when Crucial gets 2, they do get the op maintained from the last round. I'm wondering if they're gonna look to go towards a double op setup. I mean, obviously, they don't have the funds to do it yet. I would imagine that's somewhere they're going to want to get to if they can, you know, stabilize their economy a bit. If they win this round, they might be able to go for it then. And I think they've also given up some control towards Pop. They're no longer holding directly within the room. They're holding more out towards the site. I think they realize it's a little bit too difficult to hold that spot, especially the way Ava's been able to drop in.
This round, still, any damage that can be done by HAVU would benefit them greatly going forward. Obviously, one of the ways that Train becomes so CT-sided is once you have all that utility available to you to deny early A main presence, you see a bombardment of grenades thrown in that direction a lot of the time. It also allows a lot more safety in the risk of the B side, because that's basically what this map entails. Like, you 3-2, I wouldn't even say is the standard in early rounds. You'll normally see only one player pushed into the B site, and that player needs to have a belt of utility. That player needs to make sure they have a rifle. So it's only going to get tougher from here, but if they can cause a few players to be dropped to make things a little bit more awkward, there's definite possibilities, and well, there's one. Anything more than this, and I think Endpoint should be a little bit worried about this round as Zori now finds another with the Deeg. It seems like there's no moment where Endpoint are safe. They will, however, deny the bomb plant. With only Slowy left, you'd hope this is the point where they keep it clean, and Robin will secure just that. 4-on-4, Endpoint equalizing, but now this is where the going gets tough.
I think you said it kind of perfectly there. Like, I was scared for Endpoint when the Deeg start hitting for HAVU. You never know what's really going to happen. Still surviving with 3. Again, I mean, I guess because they only survived with 3, maybe if they had a 4th, that would have been enough to force into the double op setup. Again, if that's the way they do want to play it out. Robin immediately pushes straight into Pop, and Slowly gets caught on the drop. Early man advantage already built up now, and I feel like one thing we could potentially see Endpoint do if they don't go double op setup is just get very aggressive in towards T main. I think it was the Dinatos match we were casting for the Road to Rio not too long ago, where that seemed to be the go-to. Just hold up close and personal and don't let the other team really get themselves set up. Don't let Zori get an angle. And, well, speaking of angles, Crucial, he's going to get 1. He's going to get a 2nd as well. And this is the clean round we're looking for out of Endpoint. But Zori's still alive, and I'm still scared, Tom.
Yeah, after those entry kills he got not too long ago, it does make you question. Like, as said at the time, that round should have been impossible from the 3v5 with 30 seconds, but it came down to literally just the fact that I think was Surreal manages to drop the bomb. Otherwise, if there's extra 10 seconds on the clock, I would have bet money that still would have gone the way of HAVU. This round, though, very clean. This is what we want to be seeing from Endpoint on the CT side if they are going to have a chance to take this 2-0. Fantastic round from Crucial. He is someone who can take over a match, and, well, he has at least taken over that round.
Because no one died, I'm not going to bother going for double op. So just save the funds, save the money. Crucial's on 7,400. And now HAVU, oh, they're going for pistols. And, I mean, to be honest, the Tech 9s are pretty damn scary out of them. They're going to come into halls that will catch Zori. Only for a little bit of damage. Second nade going to come through as well. Going to catch him again. He's got to be a little bit frustrated, a little bit of PTSD back from the war.
Is there a third?
You know, that great Finnish war. Yeah, no third coming through. That one actually was, you know, gifted over to Dodo as he gets knocked down at 10 HP.
Here come the grenades. Definite attempt at the bomb plant. They are actually going to run through the Molotovs. Now, in all honesty, a bomb plant wouldn't be too bad if they can at least keep the majority of their personnel standing in the retake. That's more important for Endpoint. You know that the T's are going to be buying into the next round anyway, so making sure you don't lose too many players would be nice, but they've still managed to lose 2. A third should be impossible. Zori would have to do something incredible. He does actually hit the dink, but not this time. So a 6th on the board, clean enough that they are still building up at least a little bit of cash from the victory, and they are going to retain the AWP. But yeah, we'll see if they do go for a double here. I don't necessarily think they need to, just because of how things have been going so far. It seems like the rifles are working for them, but hey, a change of setup can always make things a little bit more difficult for the T's if they are trying to predict what has worked previously. Interestingly, going to be Max picking it up this time.
Yeah, he's been playing over towards Ivy in the last few rounds. I guess they want to give him that extra safety net of the AWP. I feel like Robin's position, though, to really control if they can get in towards T main. I'd actually kind of agree with you before. Like, maybe there's no necessity to go in a double op because, well, you save the extra funds, and what you've been doing has been working for you. You've taken the last 5 rounds straight in a pretty convincing fashion as well. And then basically, the balls in the court of HAVU, they're the ones that have to change things up at the moment. Robin caught up with the nade, but I like this. It just stays up close to him, catches him on the drop, only gets 1. I think he should have had the second on the saw as he survives with 38 health. At least keeping things equal between the two teams. But every death that comes into the side of Endpoint, especially if it's not onto one of the offers, just makes the afterplant situation that much more deadly.
And that's one of the main worries is HAVU have done a decent job of at least getting into the sides. Dodo will find a kill, and the Real's in a prime position to deny. Tanked up a little bit, but more importantly, he's stopped the plant. That's all they really needed to do. Slow things down at least a little bit. Another one coming up for Surreal, and in fact, he's even going to end the round. He can retrieve the second AWP if they desire, which he does. We're starting to see those heroes step up once again for Endpoint. 3 players above 10 kills already, and that was one of the main things I think I was most impressed with. It was something that was mentioned in that interview with Thomas, that he felt like he was setting up players in Crazy, filling a role, whereas in this team, it seems like there's almost a synergy that helps everybody thrive.
Well, I do want to say, when we saw HAVU play this up against Hapaleno, HAVU won 12 rounds on the T side, so Endpoint have already been able to better off against the Swedes. And really, again, stop HAVU from picking up round after round against you, really prevent them from getting such a major advantage that when they swap to this CT side, it just feels so daunting. Endpoint are giving themselves a really good chance at the moment to potentially take this in a 2-0. If they can keep this momentum, this pace up. But I say that, and yet we look at Vertigo. They were 11-3, 11-4 up. And they swapped over, and they just couldn't get it done on the CT side. Definitely the game not over whatsoever. And Mighty Max will still be retaining that second op. They're going to drop back down. There's going to be no one to peek them this time. They actually take more damage doing this drop with the grenade than they would have, or than they did to the enemy side, since Robin's playing back. So Smoke's to buy even more time for them. Slowy's down to 25 health. One more nade in there would be perfect, but unfortunately Endpoint don't have any left. And Surreal, he's just holding the incendiary, waiting for them to come in. 30 seconds left, Tom. Yeah.
wrapping around. They've got a chance to split into this B side. The only worry is the position of the bomb, so they're just going to try and wrap in. It seems like the CT side knew they'd given up these positions, but they've still lost the jewels. The bomb's going to be dropped, though. They're going to have to scurry to try and get that back, and that gives a small chance for the remaining CTs to try and get back into the round. Surreal, I don't think he's got the timing quite right, but he gets it anyway. Saw was waiting for that peak to come in. Now they know where both these remaining players are. The T's have a lot of information. Question is, can they actually connect their shots? Dodo at least will start things off with the first, and now Crucial. He's got plenty of cash, although his teammates are a little bit low, and as he rounds the corner, Hoodie is going to close it out. A little bit close for comfort, but the split around the A site works wonderfully. And HAVU back after a long break from the board.
Now it's just up to them if they can continue. You can see that the money is really not there for them. Unfortunately, Slowly's just onto the back 10. They still have the op set up for Endpoint. And the 4 M4s to support it. Yeah, that was a tag through a wall coming in. Crucial. Got down to 53 HP. Little shot out of Zori off the bat. And, well, it's HAVU in a decent position. I feel like ladder room's been somewhat of a struggle for them of recent times. And Mighty Max, if he gets aggressive, he's going to see that there's no one even towards Ivy because the entirety of the T squad is going towards lower or towards the inner bomb site. And Surreal will have a smoke. He'll have a lot of utility to delay this. He just needs to stay alive to use it.
Oh, we're going to see this same nade once again. Really like making it awkward for the players roaming around upper B. Crucial. Pop with the AWP, and actually they're going to rotate Surreal into a very aggressive position behind the smoke. Just trying to make things very awkward if they go pushing through that direction. He's going to avoid the flashbangs. He's going to avoid the players as well. As 2, 3 come up for Surreal. He's looking to do it all on his own. Even dinks up the remaining player. Surreal has just gone nuclear in this round and leaves only Slowy remaining. No real chance for him. Only a Mac 10, and they are waiting on the angle. What a round from Surreal. That must have been about 400 odd damage for him alone in that round, and he has given them their 8.
They've also kind of screwed over HAVU a little bit in terms of money. I mean, they have enough to buy up a couple of things, but not enough for a full buy, and I think that's where we're seeing the scout come in out of Zori. We're seeing the pistols for the rest of the team. Endpoint on the verge of getting their 9th round now. No, it looks like the CTs have actually come out the worst of the two, it seems, because you have Robin on 6 health, though eventually the kill's going to come through in the Hoodie. Thomas is going to be good for 2. Good timing on that smoke as well to help assist the teammate, and I think they have to spot it slowly because they've rotated so heavily towards this outer bomb site. And Slowy's able to get one. He knows that Robin's going to be up towards heaven, but Crucial's looking to push up and maybe get a kill here. He could be overwhelmed, so he's going to have to be very careful.
Luckily, they do just clean things up once again. 9 rounds minimum for Endpoint in the first half, which after the 4-1 start, I'll be honest, I was starting to worry for Endpoint side of things. It was not looking particularly good, but they've come back strong. They've had some massive clutch plays, some hero plays from both Crucial and Surreal. Robin's had his moments as well. Really has been a stellar CT side. I wonder if they can put that cherry on top with a 10-5 scoreline. It would set them up with a good shot going into the T side. Here we go. Nades being thrown out for the execution. The T's trying to just barrel in, brawl versus Endpoint, and Max has been almost left, hung out to dry. Already a double entry, and Robin having to now step up. He's got a good opportunity as he sprays down 2. Burning within the flames, and the trade eventually comes in. Still, he's given his team a chance. And Surreal actually lurking up above. I don't know if he's going to be expected. They'll finally spot him out, but it comes down to the 1v1. Zori left on just 36 HP. Trying to spot out the remaining Brit lurking up in his tower. It's all just going to come down to timing here of who spots who first. Obviously, a lot more information for Zori, but he's managed to cross. Goes for the spam through the wall, but that gives away his position, and Surreal's going to peek it and close things out. A very close final round of the half, but a 10-5 scoreline, and Well, if you remove the initial pistol rounds, it really doesn't look that close, Jason.
It really doesn't. And this is them doing it with Mighty only on 5 kills. It's really just been the show all about Surreal. 18 for him. Then you have Robin and Crucial at 13, Thomas on 12. But it's not done yet. Again, if you were just joining us and you missed out on Vertigo, it was 11-4 to Endpoint on that T half. And then it went into overtime. So let's see if HAVU on the CT side. I think a pistol round would be crucial for them to really stop the rot here and be able to put up some good numbers. Endpoint, they're going to continue to push into the inner bomb side as HAVU have immediately pushed out towards Ivy. So the information is coming towards the inner position. But it's whether or not they can actually retake the site here. And look how slow Endpoint are being to plant the bomb. Finally, it comes down. Utility, well, they have a little bit of it left. And look at that. Just in the matter of a second, they get themselves 3. And then the 4th kill to come through out of Crucial. And Zori, who was on the flank, he doesn't have an opportunity now. He doesn't have a chance to win this round 1-on-4.
Definitely hasn't been the game we expected to see so far. And that pistol was dominant. Endpoint definitely looking to run with the momentum once again, getting themselves into prime position to take themselves the victory, of course. I don't want to start ringing those victory bells just yet.
I can hear the smile that you're making too about it.
We've seen the comeback already. We've seen it in the first map. It was a far worse position than this. A 15-8 scoreline, I believe. 7 rounds in a row coming back for HAVU before it was finally closed out. So not over till the fat lady sings, and I haven't got my wig on yet.
Is it in the room with you?
No.
Okay.
Not even in this country, but other than that, yeah, I'm sure it'd be fine.
Well, we still have a double scout out of HAVU, and if any of you saw that simple clip from FPL before, you know, the scout can do some serious work. I'm not sure if you caught that clip either. It
was dirty.
It was insane. It was ridiculous. I just wish you could see it from his point of view. But you're going to have to respect these. And they left the inner bomb site like completely open. Look at that. It's just Saw to rotate around to spot it out now. And obviously, as we can tell, there's going to be no one there. But that's just such a heavy investment of HAVU to expect them to maybe rush in towards the outer bomb site. Or I guess more importantly, not rush inner.
I really see how patient side of Endpoint are being. Last couple of bullets connecting for Robin gives him the information. Even a little bit of a love tap, but only leaves to the death of one of these players. Zori got to create some magic here, and that might be it. That shot was ridiculous. And actually, there's a player low. Saw might be able to get one more, leaves it into a 2v2. The comeback happening again. We saw them fail a 5v2 earlier in the game. It was very close, but this one's looking far more likely. Zori with his 3rd headshot off the scout. He needs just one more, but the footsteps will be heard. Crucial knows exactly where he is. He's waiting. He gets tagged, but it's not quite enough.
I don't think the stream saw that shot. Oh my god, that was a shot. Not to rub it in for people who didn't see it, but Jesus.
You need new trousers by the sound of it.
I think if anyone could hear through my walls in this apartment building, they might think there's someone else in this room with me. And we're not going to be casting Counter-Strike. That was insane. I mean, we were just talking about what you can do with the scout. I mean, it doesn't win the round in the end, but it still makes it so costly for Endpoint.
What is a spy? That's a misbuy. That has got to be a misbuy. Who buys a UMP no armor? Okay. Oh, this round looking all too easy. That misbuy could be really costly going into the next round. Sure, they'll have 2,900, so he'll be able to scrape out a rifle, maybe go for another UMP. But I do not believe that that was something that intentional from Slowy. And, well, as you could see, it's going to leave him in a bit of an awkward position for this next round.
Oh my god, I'm still thinking about that scout shot. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, he has a FAMAS at least. He's still at least able to force up something. But Endpoint on to 13 now. 2 umps and a MAC-10. And guess what, Tom? No head armor on the CT side. These SMGs could reign supreme here in this round, get Endpoint up to their 14th. And HAVU with their backs getting closer and closer to the wall. They have to pull something magical out. It's just one player, Hoodie, to defend the inner bomb site. He's got an incendiary, but that's it. Nothing else to really defend with. Zori's going to be over towards the Ivy side. And, well, unfortunately, the other player, Saw, won't have an off. But it doesn't seem like they need it as Hoodie gets himself the 2 kills.
Perfect start to a round that they desperately need. 2 rifles will still be in play. Not going to be utilized to try and expend Dodo. Going to try and make it just as awkward for them if they want to climb down into the position. He's actually found a gap in the smoke, utilized it to his advantage, and oh, this is looking like a potential flawless round. Only crucial. Be waiting for this smoke to fade. Not even going to win it either. Great round from both Hoodie and Dotto. Will give them a flawless victory in their first proper buy round, but with the T's playing that as a bit of a bonus, they will have a comfortable buy back.
See, Tom, it wasn't a misbuy. He buys the ump, dies with it. They pick up the ump. They have 2 umps at a Mach 10, and then they just walk over them with their rifles. Even FNS can't play chess at this high of a level. Zori with the op. He's going to get the first kill. Hero's going to respawn on a Dodo, and they lost a little bit of control of the outer bomb site. They've already rotated Hoodie in. They got Zori there to help watch from Old Bomb, and well, he'll get himself another kill, this time on a Surreal. And right now, Endpoint just can't seem to figure out where the direction the CTs are coming from. And Zori will be smoked off for now, but Crucial with the op. Smoke or no smoke, it doesn't matter. Zori's going to hit the shot. Crucial's going to respawn, but HAVU going to survive with 2 players. And they rescue the double op setup too, more importantly.
Yeah, this is where things are going to get tougher and tougher for Endpoint. They've had the early rounds. They got themselves that second pistol and gave them a big buffer going forward, but still 3 rounds needed. I wonder if we are just going to see a blast into that B site, attempt to maybe get a bomb down. It's a very common strategy, but with there normally being a solo defender in this direction, it's kind of understandable if they want to try and make that work. Round with so little in it other than the Deeg and a couple of P250s, so not even any grenades, no flashbangs. It would just have to be a raw peek coming up from someone. But if they can get a bomb plant, that's all they could really hope for.
Well, we already saw what they can do with Deagles on Vertigo. Going up to Robin, though, and Hoodie's already just waiting. Perfect angle set up, gets the spray onto the first. Get some decent damage done on the tags as well, and even repeaks for another. Zori's there to back him with the bomb plant. It won't get put down. And HAVU now, well, they get themselves another round. Endpoint still on 13. HAVU now up to 8. Zori's on 21 kills. He's almost 10 kills above anyone else on his team. On the other side, you have Crucial and Surreal both at 20 apiece. Mighty Max, unfortunately, having a little bit of a slower start here, only on 7. Then again, Dodo did on Vertigo, and we saw what actually, sorry, Saw had it on Vertigo. We saw what happened with that. Ooh.
Hoodie, there's a good chance. He actually gets the second
No, Saw,
I think. And what? I don't even know.
That was from outside.
Where that was from. Yeah.
Outer bomb site through the wood.
He spammed through the wood and helped out his teammate quite a bit. They're going to continue this push through, but it has not worked. Dotto has shut them out of the server and left just Robin. Again, these last few rounds have been worryingly clean. Like, sure, you had the round 20 where they only had 2 players, but with 5 alive the other 2 times and looking like, well, at least a few players will survive this one with 4. There's a decent outcome here. The bomb down, and, well, they've got players watching from all angles to make sure that there's not really any access point for Robin to find entries. He's got to take his time to clear out all of these extra angles as well, just to make sure that there's nobody waiting.
I'm almost scared for him that he's going to die after time. I mean, 30 seconds left is still a long time to hold on to your weapon. So it looks like the CTs aren't going to move at all, so HAVU might even be giving him the chance to save this AK. Which, you know, the loss bonus they do have, I wonder if they're going to have... I can do math quickly in my head. No, they're not going to have enough to buy up. Unless they're just going to force with some pistols and try to rush one of these sites. And now Endpoint have to kind of answer the question that a lot of teams have found themselves in of how do they deal with the double op that HAVU are running. Zori and Slowy together.
Counter-terrorists win.
Distance difference down to just 4. With already 4 rounds in a row and not really too many competitive rounds. Endpoint have got to try and look for the hole in the defense. Loss bonus is going to be maximized, so even now, Robin will be able to buy at least an AK into the next round, and I'm sure they'd be very happy if they could retrieve a bomb plant here. WP onto Ivy, looking like it's going to have a fair amount of work to do in just a moment, but these are going to be allowed to cross, and whether or not they're going to try and double up on that side of the map, it is only one man watching, but that man does have an AWP and a fair amount of utility to try and expend as well. With no rifles on the other side, there can be a few risks taken. Of course, there is the one saved onto Robin, so he's going to have to try and almost work as that entry fragger, maybe baiting his teammates a little bit. That first shot connects onto Mighty Max, but if they can find any sort of trade, it would be valuable, to say the least. But thus far, they found nothing back in return.
I mean, they're pretty much all grouped up on the same part, and there's just so many angles around this bomb site they have to clear, but Surreal's going to come around the corner. Thomas gets one as well. But he's still going to be alive in towards Pop, and Robin has got 2 ops and the M4 to find. And unfortunately, he won't really be able to take down any of them. And that's going to be another round for HAVU as they've just continued the momentum here. 5 rounds straight. How many rounds Endpoint have gotten have just been the pistol round and the 2 off the back of that. I'm starting to wonder, when is Endpoint going to put someone down into ladder or go for ladder control? I mean, they've been kind of successful before, then they were unsuccessful, and then I feel like haven't touched it really since. And Crucial's trying to set up for an op play, and he's being Molotov, he's being naded, and well, somehow he gets a kill in a dodo and survives.
Yeah, no, it's an individual play, but it's got them that opening pick. I was just waiting to see if there's going to be any further aggression out. There has been, but it's actually onto Pop instead. It's a very long push all the way down from Chloe to try and not only give them some information, but potentially a pick. There are players in that direction. It looks like Crucial might be about to try and face off against him, but instead, knowing that he's safe, they are going to start rotating on towards that B site. However, the fair few defenders here. 2 on the actual site. A third that could rotate in the form of Zori if he fancied a quick push back in the other direction. And although Endpoint definitely had the advantage walking into this site, we've already seen a few multi-frags from the players on spot.
Luckily, they do have 3 members there. Slowy's going to be the only one watching towards outer, so he's going to be the last one through onto this. And Saw's going to take down Surreal. They're going to rush down through lower now, and they're running straight into a trap. I don't think they even have smokes really set up for this, and that's going to just be Hoodie getting quite a few kills, and that's still going to close it out. HAVU, even with a man down, they still take another round. I think that's 6 straight now for them on the CT side, and maybe, you know, a timeout here for Endpoint would be ideal just to talk some things over and figure out what they can do. I know the coach can obviously talk during the entire time, but maybe just cool HAVU down. Maybe cool a couple of your players down.
Yeah, this definitely looks like a position where you'd want to be taking a pause, but obviously the coaches can talk through the majority. That's a nice shot, though. An opener that is more than needed. However, there's already a player in place to look after that AWP. Dotto just making sure that they can't capitalize here. I wouldn't even mind seeing him just try and get that gun out of there. Zori catches Thomas trying to be aggressive, and with the remaining couple of players just stuck in A main, there's not really anything they can do, and Zori's just not missing a beat. 24 kills. The rest of his teammates trying their best to keep up, but fact is, all those players that were stepping up for Endpoint have gone very silent, and it's definitely a curse of the T side of this map. It's very easy to run out of ideas. It's very easy to get stuck in the mud, and more importantly, very easy to let the game slip.
Zori's gotten 3-3Ks. Pretty ridiculous out of him, considering, you know, all things. Look at effective flashes as well. I was just taking a quick look. I mean, you've got 4 players on Endpoint side with 15 or more effective flashes. On the other side, you've got only 1 player with 15 or more for Endpoint. Maybe that comes down to the way we've seen utility usage out of the T side, out of Endpoint. Like, you think back 2 rounds before when they went in towards the inner bomb site. Well, there was no smoke to stop vision, I don't believe. I mean, there could have been, I could have just missed it. There was like no flashes. There was no real utility used to help get themselves into the actual bomb site. And now maybe something's going to change. They've taken a timeout, maybe talk some things over, maybe cool some players down. They got Crucial back on the AWP, and seems like they just don't really have an answer at the moment for the way Zori's playing. Even Slowy, who obviously does have the second op, he hasn't even been nearly as impactful as his counterpart. Or I guess it's not really a counterpart if he's on your same team. But even when HAVU are so close to losing, whether it's Vertigo or now Train, they seem to really step up.
Well, let's see. Still some life left in Endpoint. Getting a little bit more patient this time as they do challenge at least for some initial pop control. Now, this Molotov combo didn't actually work out too well from them previously as the counter utility was available and Crucial forced off the angle. Peak going to be coming in though. Surreal's managed to gain quite a lot of ground and he actually gets the shot straight through the smoke. He spotted Zori as well, looking for a little bit more. This has been the man to watch on the Endpoint side so far. His 4K was marvelous, and now he's looking for another. Already 2 kills to his name, but with Zori finding a trade, there's at least a glimmer of hope. At the same time, the T's don't need to take any risks. They can sit back passive. They don't need to face into the AWPers. The trade-off is definitely not worth losing the round when you consider how much money there currently is for HAVU. After a streak of 7 rounds, they're really not in any financial deficit. Surreal now locked in on the angle. Zori will fall. Or Zori gets a kill, sorry. It was Slowy to fall, but I fear Zori might be meeting the same fate in just a moment as the bomb looks to tick further and further gone. And Surreal looking to try and close out this round. He's looking for his second 4K of the game. Okay. Crucial maybe a little bit too trigger happy, but at the same time, it's Endpoint to have their round.
It's still, though, even with that round victory, HAVU have so much money to spend. You're going to be into the double up yet again. And part of that round, I feel like, was almost won just off the fact that Zori misses the first shot when they come out of team main. There wasn't really a flashbang to help assist that either for the miss, I believe. They just kind of fluffs the shot there, though obviously a very difficult shot to hit either way. And that allows Surreal to get a lot of extra ground on the outer bomb site to really open things up. Endpoint, I guess, getting a forced error. Get themselves another round, but they still have 2 more to go to close out the series 2-0. Dodo again taking a lot of damage off the grenade off the bat. But HAVU, I mean, they basically have money to spend for at least 2 more rounds, especially with Zori on 13K and Saw on 6. But I don't think money's really something they're looking at. It's more of the rounds. If they lose this one, they're 1 away from losing the entire thing. And look at this. They're going to come straight out towards lower here for Endpoint. But Hoodie, again, just can't be moved. He gets himself 2 kills before falling. The Incendiary are going to come to try to delay the bomb plant. And he's going to die without even playing the bomb.
There's now a big issue. And Zori is just in prime position. It's going to be left all onto Crucial. And there's not really any escape. Needed to connect that shot to have any real chance in this round. And slowly closing in behind him. Sure, a bomb plant would be nice for the finances, but he hears them coming and gets the first kill, but it isn't going to be enough to grab anything more. A one and done for the T side, a hero in the side of Surreal. Couldn't replicate it a second time.
Oh, timeout coming in yet again. I feel like every time they've gone inner, Hoodie has just been the bane to their existence. I'm gonna check how many double kills does he have. It's 1 3K, and I can't see how many 2Ks at the moment. But I feel like he's had a ton. Because every time they go inner, he gets himself at least a double. And again, like, maybe I missed it, Tom, but was there any utility usage out of Endpoint on the inner take? Do they have like connectors smoked off? Do they have any flashbangs?
I'm pretty sure they had the normal take. The issue is his angle is one that
Okay.
it's kind of impossible to clear without pushing upper. So just have, but at the same time, they've had AWPs around that angle. So I can understand the lower push. It's just really you needed to trade him after the first kill. I think that's the bigger problem for them there. The fact he gets away with not only 2 kills, but a dink onto the third. Your solo B hold should not be able to do that. And in fact, they've actually been so confident in their A site defense over the last few rounds that they have been doubling up on B quite a bit more. So it's made things actually very, very difficult for Endpoint because their success of taking down the likes of Zori has been very, very slim. And their success of taking down Hoodie seems even slimmer.
Well, I thought that was going to be Zori, but it was just Slowy. At least the big man still going to be alive and solid. Look at this position. Thomas is not going to expect it. So that's going to equalize things again back to the 4-on-4. No kill going to be traded there. No opportunity to even trade that, unfortunately. They will smoke off over towards Ivy, so at least eliminate some of the angles that Zori could be holding from. Don't worry, Saw. We didn't see that. But they've got everyone basically towards outer. I mean, Hoodie, he's on the quick rotate. If they do need it. If they go back in towards Halls, he's just going to punish them. If they go towards Ivy and he peeks, I fear again we're going to see 2 kills.
Yeah, they've got too much information. That's the problem. The CT side know everything at this point. They know there's a man in A main and Hoodie could kill him for free. Instead, he's just feeding them information that they haven't gone back. They haven't pushed. So there's only a few places they can actually be. Crucial is dead for sure. There's absolutely no way that he gets Hoodie in this scenario, and Hoodie's even going to go hunting to see if there's more information, and because he only sees one, they know where the remainder are going to be. Soar's in prime position, and Zori will finish the job. A very good round again from HAVU, and the T side, unfortunately, don't even have a proper purchase coming into this next round, so they either have to go for a few pistols or do what they're doing, which is go for a risky force.
Well, again, like the one round they've taken in what feels like forever was just based off the fact of Zori missing a shot. It doesn't really seem like he's really going to be missing too many. Bombardment of flashbangs being thrown towards the outer bomb site to allow them to gain some ground to maybe make these pistols and SMGs effective. Dodo, he should be overwhelmed, and they will have themselves the bomb train. And the bomb down to be Mighty Max to go for it, and well, again, they have double ops, so if they can take down these rifles, it'll be looking good. And Robin comes around the corner. He potentially could have had 2, but he at least gets 1 on a Slowy. Now it's the 2-on-3. AK in the hands of Crucial gets himself a kill down to the 2-on-2, so making it costly either way. Time's taken away. No more utility left to use on the T side. Zori's going to peek around the corner. Mac 10 going to be heard. Saw's going to be there to assist. The team goes over the top and takes down Mighty, but they don't know necessarily where Crucial's going to be. Oh, well, now they know. Corner gets peeked, and Zori gets the kill again, and that will be HAVU getting themselves up to 15.
Thought about saving the double AWP, but realizing that they might as well have that AK instead and buy whatever they desire. The T's getting a bomb plant at least gives them a lifeline, and we've seen them fight back in overtime before. They can get it there. Maybe they can close out the game in similar fashion. The problem is HAVU once more has got the momentum firmly in their favor, but more importantly, got themselves a map point, a chance to take us to a third, make the series go the difference, and it's just going to be a quick push out from the T's, leaving it all down to basics as we do have the trade come back initially. So much damage being done as Dotto manages to. There's still kills coming back, but it's left all on to Mighty Max to try and clutch this out for his side to keep them in the map. 3 players to find. He'll get the first. The second, however, he's got to be careful because there's another man sneaking in from Ivy. He'll find one more. Turn it into the 1 versus 1, but from behind, he's not going to be expecting Slowy for sure, but Slowy looked like he could have had a free kill. Maybe overplaying his hand, but it won't matter. it will be the 16-14 victory. There is one more map to come in this series, Jason, and every single one seems to be going the distance.
Oh yeah, I was surprised we didn't go into overtime